and welcome to another one of my presentations on Chapter 7. Today I'm doing Chapter 7, Section 2, which is Hamilton and National Finances. Alexander Hamilton. Ever since he was born, it seemed like he had a head for economics. In fact, in his British West Indies homeland, there was a shipping company, and while he was still in his teens, he helped run that shipping company. Then some family friends decided to send him to the American colonies for a better education, and they probably threw a party after he left. So now America owes a lot of debt to different people. The whole country owes $11.7 million in total to foreign countries. The states themselves owe $25 million to different causes, and the country owes 40.4 million people to domestics. Bonds. So bonds are pieces of paper that carry a specific value. So like if you buy a $100 bond, you pay $50, and after a certain amount of time, it doubles. But when the government tried to pay off the national debt with these bonds, they could not keep the promise to double the value. So bondholders began selling their bonds to speculators for less than the original value. Speculators are people who buy items for less than their worth and basically hope the price increases. Thomas Jefferson, on the other hand, actually said, "Immense sums were thus filched from the poor and ignorant." He called everybody crooks and said that everything was stolen and wrong. Now the idea of a bank. Alexander Hamilton strongly supported the idea of a federal bank. A federal bank being a place where the government could safely deposit its money, and the bank could make loans to the government and businesses. He also wanted mints to be made so that the government could start making its own currency. But he knew the people might react to this, so he limited it to a 20-year charter, and then Congress could extend it if need be. Jefferson opposed this idea. He thought that a national bank gave too much power to the federal government. He also thought that the U.S. Constitution didn't even give Congress the authority or power to create a bank. But Hamilton then quoted the Elastic Clause, which says that Congress can make all laws that are necessary or proper. Then they had this big old debate about loose construction, which Hamilton sided with, which states that you can do anything that the Constitution does not specifically forbid, and Jefferson with strict construction of the Constitution, which states that you can only do what the Constitution specifically says. But President Washington and Congress both agreed with Hamilton, and in February 1791, Congress enacted the charter for the Bank of the United States, and the national bank became a real thing. So that was my presentation on Chapter 7, Section 1, Hamilton and the National Finances. I hope it's a little better than the last one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I get a good grade. Still don't go too hard on me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later. See you guys. Other women, like Sergeant Arthur Juden... Why can't I? 71, Congress enacted the charter, why can't I? Other women of the time period, So that was my presentation on Chapter 7, Section 2, Hamilton and the New Finances. That's not even how Well, that's all. It was my first try. Don't work, So that was my presentation on Chapter 7, Section 2, Hamilton and National Finances. I hope it was a little better than the best one. I can't even... So now, America owes a lot of money. Now, America owes a lot of money. In national debt, they owe a combined amount. So now, America owes a lot of money. They owe $40.4 million to domestic causes, like people